Have you ever wondered about the battles that shaped the history of England, but remain relatively unknown today? Introducing the Battle of Halidon Hill, a historical event of great significance, yet its traces are hidden in the shadows of time. This event occurred in the year 1333, when the fate of nations was determined by knights, kings, and their power plays. This battle may not be a prominent part of your history lessons, as it doesn't enjoy the same limelight as Hastings or Agincourt. However, its reverberations were equally influential. Halidon Hill, an unimposing mound of earth straddling the border of Scotland, became the venue of a monumental conflict that would resonate for centuries to come. With this battle, the tension between England and Scotland escalated to a new height. Kings and knights, nobles and commoners, all clashed in a brutal showdown, forever etching this event in the annals of history. Despite its strategic importance and profound impact on the geopolitical landscape, the Battle of Halidon Hill remains unjustifiably overlooked. The question arises is, why has this significant event been relegated to obscurity? Why doesn't it share the same stage as other famous battles in England's history? Is it because the victors write history? Or is it simply an oversight? Or perhaps, it's a combination of both, with the battle's true significance hidden beneath layers of historical data bias. Today, we venture into the depths of forgotten history, excavating the buried narratives and shining a light on the lesser-known yet pivotal historical events. We aim to reveal the untold tales and unsung heroes. Today we delve into the forgotten pages of history to unearth the tale of the Battle of Halidon Hill. The year was 1333, and tensions were running high between England and Scotland. In the heart of the Middle Ages, long-standing political and territorial disputes were reaching a boiling point. England, under the rule of young Edward III, was yearning to assert its dominance over the neighboring land of Scotland. Scotland, on the other hand, was fiercely determined to maintain its independence. The root of this discord can be traced back to the late 1200s, when Edward I, known as Longshanks, attempted to assert his dominance over the Scottish throne. His efforts were met with resistance, sparking the First War of Scottish Independence. This war ended with the Treaty of Edinburgh-Northampton in 1328, which recognized Scotland as an independent kingdom and Robert the Bruce as its king. But peace was short-lived. Just a year after the treaty, Robert the Bruce passed away, leaving his 5-year-old son, David II, as king. Sensing an opportunity, Edward III refused to recognize the young king and reignited the flames of conflict. In the early months of 1333, Edward III laid siege to the town of Berwick, a strategically important Scottish border town. Scotland, under the regency of Sir Archibald Douglas due to the young age of their king, gathered their forces to break the siege. The Scots, under the banner of the Rampant Lion, were a formidable force. Their warriors were fierce, their spirit unbroken. But the English, guided by the cross of St. George, were equally determined. Their forces were well equipped, their resolve unyielding. As the Scots marched towards Berwick, the English prepared their defenses, ready to stand their ground. The air was thick with anticipation, the ground trembling with the weight of impending battle. Each side knew the importance of the coming confrontation. This wasn't just about a town, it wasn't just about land, it was about sovereignty, identity, and the determination of a people to control their own destiny. The stage was set for a battle that would have lasting implications for both nations. On a fateful day in July, the two armies met on the battlefield. The morning was fraught with tension as the English and Scottish forces prepared for the day's clash. The English, under the command of King Edward III, were well organized and poised, their longbowmen forming a formidable wall of arrows. Meanwhile, the Scottish forces, led by Sir Archibald Douglas, were full of spirit and resolve, ready to fight for their freedom. As dawn broke, the initial skirmishes began. The English longbowmen unleashed a deadly rain of arrows, cutting through the Scottish ranks. Despite the onslaught, the Scots pressed on, their determination unwavering. They pushed through the arrow storm, inching closer to the English lines. However, the English were prepared. Their spearmen stood ready, forming a wall of steel against the Scottish advance. The day wore on, and the battle raged. There was no quarter given, no mercy shown. The air was thick with the sounds of clashing steel and the cries of fallen warriors. The ground was stained with the blood of both English and Scottish soldiers, a grim testament to the ferocity of the battle. In the late afternoon, the decisive moments of the battle unfolded. The English forces, with their superior numbers and tactical advantage, began to overwhelm the Scottish lines. The Scots fought valiantly, but they were slowly pushed back, their ranks thinning under the relentless English assault. By the time the sun began to set, the outcome of the battle was clear. The English had gained the upper hand, their victory secured through a combination of superior tactics and the relentless onslaught of their longbowmen. The Scottish forces were left scattered and defeated, their brave resistance ultimately futile against the English might. By nightfall, the Battle of Halidon Hill had come to an end, leaving in its wake a changed landscape. The battleground was a haunting sight, a chilling reminder of the cost of war. The day of reckoning had passed, but its echoes would be felt for years to come. The aftermath of the Battle of Halidon Hill was felt far and wide. As the dust settled on that grueling day, the landscape of Halidon Hill was forever changed, both literally and metaphorically. The immediate aftermath was one of utter devastation, a stark reminder of the cost of conflict. But the echoes of this battle would resonate far beyond the blood-soaked fields of Halidon. In England, the battle was considered a resounding victory, a testament to the tactical brilliance of King Edward III. The triumph boosted the morale of the English troops and their allies, instilling in them a newfound confidence that would carry them through many more confrontations. The English crown, already a formidable power, was further strengthened, and King Edward III's position was solidified. Across the border, the picture was vastly different. Scotland was thrown into disarray. The loss at Halidon Hill was a crushing blow, decimating their forces and leaving a power vacuum that would take years to fill. The Scottish nobility was left fractured, their unity shattered, and the Scottish crown was left teetering on the brink of collapse. The battle marked a turning point in the Scottish struggle for independence, one that would shape the course of the nation's history for years to come. But perhaps the most profound consequence of the Battle of Halidon Hill was its impact on the relationship between England and Scotland. The battle, while a military confrontation, was also a clash of ideologies, of aspirations, and of identities. It deepened the divide between the two nations, a chasm that would take centuries to bridge. It set in motion a chain of events that would culminate in the creation of a new political landscape, one that would forever alter the course of British history. The Battle of Halidon Hill, though not widely known, played a pivotal role in shaping the destiny of two nations. It serves as a stark reminder that history is not just about kings and battles, but about the people and the decisions they make in the face of adversity. It tells us that the outcomes of such decisive moments reverberate through time, shaping the world as we know it today. So, what can we learn from the Battle of Halidon Hill? In the grand tapestry of history, battles like Halidon Hill are often overshadowed by larger, more infamous conflicts. Yet, these skirmishes, seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of things, often hold profound lessons that echo through the ages. Halidon Hill was more than just a bloody battlefield in the year 1333. It was a turning point in the Second War of Scottish Independence, a decisive moment that shaped the trajectory of two nations. The English victory demonstrated the devastating effectiveness of longbowmen and dismounted knights, a strategy that would later become synonymous with English military success. But this battle was not just about military tactics, it was a stark reminder of the human cost of war. Thousands of lives were lost on that fateful day, a tragic testament to the brutal reality of medieval combat. These were men who fought for their country, for their king, for their very survival. Their sacrifice, their courage, their despair are all etched into the blood-soaked soil of Halidon Hill. Moreover, Halidon Hill underscores the significance of leadership. The contrasting fortunes of Edward III of England and Sir Archibald Douglas of Scotland highlight the importance of strong, decisive leadership in times of conflict. Edward's tactical acumen and ability to rally his troops were pivotal in securing victory, while Douglas's failure to command effectively led to the catastrophic defeat of the Scots. Finally, the Battle of Halidon Hill serves as a reminder of the transient nature of power. Despite their victory, England's dominance was not to last. The Scots, though defeated, were not vanquished. They regrouped, they fought back, and they eventually regained their independence. As we delve into the annals of history, battles like Halidon Hill remind us of the enduring impact of our past on our present and future. The echoes of these long-forgotten battles continue to reverberate, reminding us of the cyclical nature of history, the impermanence of power, and the indomitable spirit of humanity.